record. All right, guys. So, welcome, my peeps, to the Thursday night call. I don't know why I always feel like I have to sing every time I get on here, but it's just been a thing that I've always done, even when we used to do it on Monday nights. Today is what? Thursday, July 2nd? Can't believe it's already July. Is that right? Yes, it's July. Okay, that's what my computer says. Time is flying, guys. I'm really excited. I feel like I haven't actually talked on the team calls in a long time because I've had all of the awesome peeps on our team sharing their expertise and their stories. So I'm excited to talk to you guys about a topic that I feel like I will be talking about on the National Wake Up Call one day, and I don't say that to be cocky. This is just something that I'm that passionate about, and I don't know. I've had visions of it, and some of my coaches have had visions of it. So we're just going to affirm that it's going to happen. And I'll represent our team, and you guys will all be on there one day too. So we're going to talk about sharing versus selling tonight. But I wanted to start out real quick with some recognition and updates before we get into it. I don't have the Success Club thing open up in front of me right now, but I just want to give a shout out to all of the peeps who earned Success Club in the month of June, and to all of our new coaches that are either listening to this as a recording or that are on the call. I know Erica's brand new. She just signed up with Mary. So everybody, welcome Erica to the team. She's the one waving right now. And just some quick updates for you guys. Summit is coming up. We will be there, and I have to open up my calendar to even figure out when we're going to be there. 11. Well, hang on. Melanie will be here on that day. The 15th. So that's in 13 days. Insane in the Membrane. So if you guys don't know what Summit is, I think all of you on here do know what Summit is except for Erica. Summit is our annual conference the Beachbody throws, and it's something that is an epic game changer for your business that you want to be to. We're going to be in Nashville, and it's 3-4 days long, I want to say. It will seriously it's a game changer for your business. When I went to Summit last year, I've made it like a non-negotiable to go every single year since I signed up. Even in the first year that I signed up, I'd signed up I think the month before Summit happened. I was just like, whatever, I don't know what it is, but I'm going to go because I feel like I'm supposed to. But anyway, last year after I came back from Summit, my income from implementing what I learned at Summit, my income quadrupled. And I'm not exaggerating, guys. I could literally show you a screenshot of my paychecks if you wanted me to. It will change the game in so many ways, but we're not going to talk about that tonight because I have a lot of other stuff to talk about. When we come back from Summit, we'll probably be sharing more about it so that we can plan in advance for next year to make sure we get all of you guys there. Also coming up is Super Saturday, which I'm glad my awesome coaches, Melanie and Chelsea, reminded me about today. It totally slipped my mind. They usually do it in June because Summit used to be in June, but it's going to be on Saturday, July 25th. So I want you guys to block that all out. Block that out in all of your schedules. It's usually a couple of hours long. And if you don't know what Super Saturday is, it's an event that's literally only a couple of hours long. It's usually a workout. Corporate comes out with some exciting announcements. You get to meet other coaches in your area. It'll really help build your belief in yourself and in your business, and you'll get to learn a lot from some of the top coaches. And it's a lot of fun. It's 4 times a year, so it's once a quarter. And they have them all throughout the United States. So there should be a list that they post in the Coach Online office that will tell you what cities they're in near you. And even if you have to drive an hour or more to get to one, that's what I used to have to do. I highly encourage you guys to get there. The last Super Saturday, I had driven to visit my parents, and they live 4 hours away. And 2 of my coaches that live down there, we drove an hour and a half to the one in Charleston, South Carolina. And it was Rob and Miriam Campbell that came with me, if you guys know their names from the team page. They became coaches in 2013 with me. And, they were dabbling a little bit in the business, but I think that they really didn't see the big picture or completely understand everything until we all went to the Super Saturday in Charleston, and that was at the end of April. And now I think Rob is halfway to Diamond. They're both Emerald coaches. They're both earning Success Club and signing up challengers now. So I highly encourage all of you guys to get to Super Saturday. The challenge packs on sale this month are 21 Day Fix and 21 Day Fix Extreme. So keep that in mind. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just dive into our topic tonight. So I want to start out by just asking, am I still recording? Okay, good, I am recording. I want to ask you guys a question. Like, raise your hand if you hate seeing stuff pop up on your Facebook news feed of people posting flyers and announcements of all of those other things that people are saying. Raise your hand if you hate seeing that stuff and you feel like you're being sold to. Okay, so I'm pretty sure none of us like that. We are being sold to like everywhere we go. We're being sold to if we turn on our TV, we're being sold to if we listen to the radio, we're being sold to when people send stuff to our email. I mean, we're being sold to all the time. So what we want to do as coaches is share, not sell. We don't want to become white noise to people. So that is what we're going to talk about tonight. And I just have I have 3 different areas that I'm going to go into to talk about sharing versus selling. I want to start out real quick. I didn't really plan on sharing this because I feel like I've shared it so many times, but chances are someone is either on here listening or is listening to the recording and they haven't heard me share my story yet. So I'll share it very, very quickly. When I became a coach, you guys, I know you all see me now and, I'm earning a 6-figure income. Okay, and please don't think that I'm bragging when I say any of this stuff because I don't even like to talk about money. Like, I feel weird to talk about it, but this is just to make a point and just show you guys what God can do in your business. So I totally lost my train of thought. Okay. So you guys might see me now and be like, oh, well, Jessica gets to travel to Hawaii and she earns all this money and she gets to be with her family and she gets to do all this stuff. And she only gets to work a few hours a week. And let me just tell you, it wasn't always that way. You may think on the outside that it looks like it just comes easy to me. First of all, it doesn't come easy to me. There are still things that are hard to me. I'm still learning every single day. And there are still things that scare the shit out of me. Let's be real. I'll get more into that in a minute. When I started this business, you guys, in April of 2012, I didn't even know what Beachbody was. I started it because someone that I worked with at the college when I was the director of residence life, her name's Lindsay, she was one of my friends. I saw her posting on Facebook about helping people lose weight, and I was miserable. I didn't have any time. I worked 80 hours a week. I was doing my master's degree all at the same time. I lived an hour and a half away from my family. I never got to see them. So needless to say, I didn't feel very fulfilled. So I only started Beachbody to help people. I didn't even know I could make money. And then when I found out it was network marketing and how you earned money, I was like, oh God, Lindsay, I am not a salesperson. I will probably never make any money with this because that is gross. Don't ever talk to me about it. I'm not going to recruit anybody. Just don't even talk to me about any of it. So for my first 9 months, I dabbled in the business. I ran a couple challenge groups. I really didn't do that much. Then God gave me this huge aha moment and was like, Jessica, you need to stop being so afraid of what people are going to think about you, or if you're being pushy, or if people are thinking that you're posting too much. Who gives a shit what they think about you? You know your intentions, and you're never going to help anybody if you don't open your mouth. So I got very convicted and I started opening my mouth, and it was very scary for me for a very long time, but I continued to do it. And the more that I did it, the easier that it got for me. And then if I'll fast forward and go a little bit faster because I do want to get into what I was going to talk about. I was able to quit my job in 2013. It's already been 2 years, which is insane to me. It took me a little under 3 years to get to a 6-figure income, which is weird to me to even think about or say out loud, or it doesn't even feel real. I'm completely debt free. Last year I had $45,000 of debt. So I'm telling you guys all of that to tell you where I started and where I am now. And I used to seriously be so scared to send out invites and post on Facebook that I remember crying. I was so afraid. I was petrified. I would just sit at my computer, at my little kitchen table before I went to work every day, because I would wake up 4 hours before I went to work because I was that determined to make this work. Once I finally got convicted to, I have to do this. And I would have to close my eyes to send out invites to people. So I'm saying all that to say, now you know a little bit more about where I started and where I am now. So just know that even though it looks easy on the outside, or you guys see me doing all those things now, it was not easy in the beginning, and sometimes it's still not easy now. So I just share that as encouragement with you guys, because I know it's very, very normal to be afraid of being salesy, and we don't want to be salesy. We're all in this to help people. So just remember that and keep that first. And I didn't even plan on sharing that. God must have wanted me to talk about it. It literally just came out. So let me go ahead and go into what we're going to talk about. But I did feel like that was important to share. So I want you guys to think about, I want this to be your focus every day when you sit down to work your business. First of all, I want you to set your intentions at the beginning of the day. This is something that I started doing when I was in Hawaii. I was working a lot of hours for the last probably 9 months or so, because I was determined to help a lot of people and I was determined to grow my business big. And in Hawaii, it was kind of like the first time I had a chance to really kind of sit and think like, okay, what do I want? Like, where am I going? What is my vision? So I started setting my intentions at the beginning of the day because it put me in the right mindset. And I would just write down 4 things in this cute little notebook that I bought when I was there. Like, it doesn't have to be 4 things. It could be 1 thing. It could be 10 things, but you don't want to overwhelm yourself. So I would just write down 4 things or however many things that I wanted to do that day. So an example might be help sign up 2 new coaches, get in an awesome workout, find an awesome new purse at the mall. Like, I mean, seriously, I write those things down. So of course we're talking about your business. So we're talking about how many people you want to help in this case, but that has really helped me because it gets me focused on what I'm going to do each day. And I listened to the recording of National Wake Up Call from this week, and Meg was talking about closing your eyes and just like, I don't know if she said that she prayed. I think she said that she prayed. I think that's what Melanie told me. And I listened to it, but I don't remember. Just sit down, close your eyes, and think about the people that you want to help and visualize that. I'm probably not repeating it exactly as she said it, but that's what I do is I just like pray. I'm like, okay, God, give me the words to say to these people. And, if you're not super spiritual like I am, that's fine. But that's what I do. You can talk to whoever you want to talk to and set your intentions with whoever you want to set your intentions with. But that's how I do mine. It puts you in the right mindset. And if you open up your Facebook and you start sending messages and you start sending invites and your mindset is, I have to get Success Club. I have to make $100 this week. I have to. You're going to come off that way and you're going to come off as pushy. And I'm telling you guys because I know from personal experience, because there were times after I quit my job, I wasn't making like billions of dollars when I quit my job to do just Beachbody, that I did have situations where I did need the money and I did come off pushy in conversations. And of course that would never be my intention, but it was coming across that way because that's the one thing I was focused on. So set your intentions at the beginning of the day and set your mindset to where it's focused on helping people. I also want you guys to put yourself in their shoes. Talk to people as if you're talking to your best friend. Really think about every message before you send it out. And this is something that I've had to get better at myself because I'm one of those people, I just go. I'm like a freaking Energizer bunny. And I just like rush through things all the time. And sometimes I just do it without even thinking of it, like I'm on autopilot or something. So I really had to slow my roll lately and go with the flow more and be like, okay, what am I actually saying in this message? And would I want someone to send me this message? If the answer is no, you probably shouldn't send it. So you need to be a little bit more deliberate. And when you're sending messages, they need to be a little more well thought out. Of course, when I send invites to people, there are times where I'm copying and pasting things, but you just have to kind of use your own judgment. When's the last time you talked to that person? Think about different things like that. Every situation is going to be different, but what was I going to say? The more specific you can be with them, the better. And just slow down and take your time. And seriously, treat everyone as you would your best friend. You guys probably, for those of you that are my coaches that are on here, I don't know if you remember talking to me when we first met. It could have been 2 years ago. It could have been 6 months ago. It could have been a year ago. I always use hearts and smileys and emojis and call everyone love and baby cakes and all those things. Like I talk like that to everyone. I really do. So just spread the love, guys, is what I'm trying to say. The third thing I want you guys to focus on is to post consistently every single day and brand yourself. Don't brand Beachbody. I, again, know this from personal experience doing it the wrong way. I used to post flyers. I used to post pictures of me with my Shakeology bottle, kissing it, pointing to it. Me with Shaun T's DVD, like, oh, me and Shaun T. And I'm not making fun of people that do that because I did it myself. But let's be real, people. People do not relate to products. They relate to people. Okay. And there's so many people out there that are selling other things. So don't get me, oh God, I just lost my ring. Don't get me wrong. I think that it's good to sometimes post a picture of Shakeology every so often. And I, even just a couple months ago, was posting about it every single day. And then I had to take a look at what I was posting and be like, okay, yes, I think it's important to talk about it every day, but you don't want to show the products, to showcase the products every single day. You want to brand yourself. So you want to make your posts you. People are going to relate to you and your story and your journey, your fitness journey and your struggles. I know it's scary, believe me. I don't know if you guys saw the picture that I posted this morning. I'm going to screen share in a second. But we're our own worst critics. I was like judging myself before I posted that picture. I'm like, oh, my legs look so big. Like, I don't want to share that. Ew, And then I was just like, okay, I just need to calm down and slow my roll. So I'm saying that to say that it's still scary for me sometimes to share my struggles or share areas that I don't feel like, let's put it this way, are the areas I still need to improve on a little bit. It's still scary for me. So what I'm trying to say, you guys, is that you need to be consistently talking every day about what you do, but making it about you, not making it about Shakeology or Beachbody workouts or Shaun T or whatever. I actually don't use really any of the Beachbody lingo, I guess we'll call it, anymore. I don't say Shakeology. I call it a superfood shake. I don't say 21-day fix. I say my 21-day meal plan. I don't say PYO. I say Pilates yoga-based workout. There's many different ways that you can frame it. If you're doing Insanity, your at-home cardio strength training workout. If you need help brainstorming, just post in the team page or reach out to your sponsor and we'll be happy to help you. But this is one thing I started like dabbling in a little bit a couple months ago, and I've been really trying to do it more so lately. And what it does is it helps people relate to you. People are automatically going to have, what's that word? I can't think of the word. They're going to think that we have an ulterior motive, basically, because we're selling a product. So the less that we can post about selling a product, the more relatable we are to people, and the more likely they are to reach out to us and ask us for our help. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that towards the end of the call, and we can put it into action together so that it all makes sense. So the second thing I want to talk to you guys about is always making your friendships first over business. And what I mean by that is in any conversation, in any relationship that you're in with someone, you always want to put your friendship first. You always want to form someone first. I think everyone that's on here should know what forming is. If you're a new coach, FORM is basically an acronym that stands for Family, Occupation, Recreation, and Message. And it's just an acronym that we use to get to know someone, and it just gives us a guideline of what questions we can ask them to get to know them. So I want to also say, I know a lot of people say, oh, well, I feel weird, like forming all these people I don't know. I just met them on Instagram or whatever. It's not weird, you guys. People meet people all the time, and it's called social media for a reason. Like, what does social mean? Socialize, right? Okay, so let's talk. It's not weird. And believe me, I used to be one of those people that was like, oh, this person's going to think I'm weird. No, they don't think you're weird. Okay, get over it. Okay, so I want you guys to also think about this before you ever send anyone an invite to your business or start talking about your products. Would you invite them to your birthday party? Would you invite someone to your birthday party that you just met? No, probably not. Okay. So we need to start thinking a little bit about that before we start word vomiting and talking to people too quickly. I also want to just throw out there randomly too, that when you're forming people, it's not an exact science. You don't have to do it in the exact order. I never do it in the exact order. I don't start out by saying, so tell me about your family. So what's your occupation? Okay, now recreation. Please tell me about that. No, like it's just like an acronym to just like give you guys examples of what you can say to get to know people. Honestly, you guys, you probably don't believe this about me, but I'm like an introvert. I just happen to be outgoing only because Beachbody has changed me. I used to be so shy. I was afraid to talk to people. I was never like that when I was a kid, though. You know, before I got all these fears and things happened to me in life, I used to make friends with everybody. And then life happened and people made fun of me and I was afraid to talk to people. And I would never, ever, ever, ever talk to people out in public. And now I just talk to the wall, basically. You know, I'll talk to anybody. But this just gives you an idea of what to say to start conversations with people. So don't overcomplicate it, is what I'm trying to say. It helped me when I first started it. Like, okay, it's really not that hard to talk to people. So what I want you guys to do, like I said, is to use each area. I want you guys to use it to guide the conversation into getting them to talk about their fitness or their workouts or their jobs. So when you ask them, so tell me about yourself, like what do you do for work, like however you want to word it, you can ask them what they do, if they like what they do, how long they've done it, do they get a lot of vacation time, how much do they work, what they don't like about it. And then when you're on the R, recreation, you can get them to talk about like, hey, so what do you do for fun? Do you like to travel? Do you work out? So you're opening the gate so that you can eventually talk about what you do for your workouts and how you do these things for fun. And now you have more freedom to do these more fun things. This is all going to make more sense in a minute. So when you're making it about them, they're naturally going to ask about you. So they're probably going to ask you, so what do you do? If you ask them what they do. So that opens the gate for you to just briefly say that you're a coach. And what I usually say is I'm a health and fitness coach. I help people reach their fitness goals, and I also help people earn financial freedom. That's all I really say. And then I make it by change the conversation back to them. Do not word vomit. I used to do this. Let them do the talking, okay? I'm a huge talker. I'm sure all of you guys know that about me by now. I could go on and on and on and on all day. Ask Melanie. She was here with me last week, and I think I was talking to her until we were literally falling asleep at like 2:30 a.m. But you've got to make it about them. And I always try to end in a question when I'm in conversations with people. So hopefully some of those things help you guys just in this area that we're talking about right now, of always putting the friend or their friendship first, and then let the business part come up naturally. There's tons of examples in the Dropbox of what you guys can see, like what I say in conversations. But again, like my best conversations with people, I don't follow a script. I use the script as the guidelines. There are certain questions that we want to ask people when they are interested in a product or the challenge group or whatnot. But you don't want to be like so regimented that you have to follow this exact script every single time. Just use it as your guidelines, okay? So now I want to talk about the 4 different areas that you are going to share, not sell. The 4 areas are your workouts, Shakeology, freedom and income, and mental health. I know that sounds weird, but it'll all make sense in a second. So with each of these areas, I want you guys to think about the 3 benefits, or your 3 benefits in each area. So with your workouts, these are all things that we share as what we do as coaches, right? So even if you're not doing a Beachbody workout, you can still, I don't really do Beachbody workouts all the time, honestly. I've been doing a lot of running. I've been kind of doing whatever I want to, but I just throw in Beachbody workouts here and there. Even if you don't, that's okay. Just still post about your workouts. So I want you to think about how Beachbody workouts have helped you. So some of mine would be that it's a great combination, like PiYo is a great combination with running or other gym workouts. These are just some things that I was brainstorming. Like I did used to be that gym person. I did have a personal training membership when I first started this. I used to pay a lot of money. Okay, I have 10 minutes left. It saves time and gas. People don't have to rush to go to the gym. They don't have to pay gas money to get to the gym. It's literally only 30 minutes. It takes out the guesswork. I never knew what in the world to do when I went to the gym. So when I went, I would go to a class or walk on the treadmill because I didn't know what I was doing. It makes a lot of sense, right? It's super simple to follow. Saves you a ton of money versus going to a personal trainer. I would literally go to a personal trainer 3 times a week and paid like $300 a month or something crazy like that. So those are just some examples. Shakeology. What are your 3 benefits? Some of mine are the energy it gives me. It helps my nails grow, gives me shiny hair. It's an easy way to get protein because I'm not really a huge meat lover. It curbs my sweet tooth and my cravings. I don't have to go to the doctor. Some other examples of how it's helped other people. My dad has only been drinking it consistently for maybe like a month, and now he's getting off cholesterol meds. It helps. I think my mom has IBS, or she has some issue like that, and it's helped improve that issue for her. I know that there's women on the team that have been pregnant and it's helped their pregnancies. So those are some ways that you can share about Shakeology. And when I'm saying sharing about each of these areas, these are things that you're going to be posting about, things that you're going to be having conversations with people about online and in person. So then the third category is freedom and income. And I want to just say that no matter where you are, even if you have earned $1, you have a story. Just because your story isn't as big as mine or someone else is on the team that quit their job, just stop all of that. Just stop, okay? Everyone has a story. It doesn't matter. And actually, for those of you that don't have quote unquote big of stories as mine, that's actually a good thing. It makes people more relatable, or it makes you more relatable. Like when I go up to someone and say, oh yeah, I can earn 6 figures whether I work or not, they're like, what? That doesn't even make sense. People don't relate to that. I mean, yes, they think it's cool and everything, but I'm saying you guys have a benefit, okay? So here's just some of mine. The ability to travel. I don't have an alarm clock. I can live my life by design. I don't have office hours. I don't have a cap on my income anymore. I have the ability to earn 6 figures and beyond. I can give abundantly to help others. I don't ever have to worry about checking my bank account. I have the ability to live wherever I want. I'm about to go out to California and just figure out where I want to live. I never miss out on holidays and visits with family like I used to when I had a crazy job. Other things, for those of you that haven't quit their job yet, could be being able to work outside at a coffee shop or on your couch or in your pajamas with your puppy, whatever. Have a glass of wine while you're working, getting to work with your best friend, paying to get your nails done, paying for your utilities, paying for your kids' daycare. Like I could keep going on and on and on. Even if you literally only made $5, okay, post about that. It shows that you're making a paycheck. And the last category is mental health. So think about your 3 benefits from this area. You guys, this is the area that has changed. I just got the chills. I don't even really care about how much money I make or any of that. Like this is the one area that has changed my life the most since I started this. I used to be so negative. I used to never believe in myself, and I had 0 self-confidence when I started this thing, okay? I was that, like I said earlier, I was that crazy shy person that would not talk to anybody. But I always like knew that I was like made to do something bigger with my life. I was just afraid. I had all this fear. Like I was not in a good place. So this business and all the personal development that we do, it's made me so positive after being a negative Nancy my whole life. We have a positive support community. Most people don't have that, you guys. I have literally met like my best friends in my entire life that will be with me for my whole entire life. Like they're like, you guys are like we're all carbon copies of each other. I mean, not literally, but like we're all so alike and we're all so positive, and it's amazing. I didn't even know what personal development was. I mean, I knew people read self-help books, but I thought those people were weird. I hated reading. Like, yeah, I'd read in college and now I'm doing my master's degree. I don't have time to read. Like, that's weird. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, what have I been missing out on? The financial freedom that we have, like that actually, it helps your mental health. Like not having to worry about money. Oh my gosh, I'd never had to not worry about money. I don't know. Did I say that right? I think you guys know what I mean. It taught me how to have better relationships, like how to communicate with people. I didn't know how to do any of that before. I didn't know what I was doing. I could keep going on and on and on. And I'm sure you guys can all relate to those things. I wanted to share real quick. I'm going to try to talk even faster than I already am because I have a couple action items. I'm not showing this to show you guys my body. We'll just cover it up because I'm sure you guys don't want to see that. But I posted this morning. It's just a picture of me in the mirror. And I just did this quick post. Rest, eating clean 90% of the time, and an infusion of running, Pilates, yoga, and strength training, all from home, do a body good. Woke up seeing my abs that I haven't made an appearance in a while, and I'm super bloated compared to normal. Girl problems. Blah, 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 blah. I keep going on and on. But that's just like an example of what I posted this morning to share about my workouts. Then I did this post today because I got to go to lunch with she's one of my coaches now, but she works here at my apartments, and she's one of my friends. So I did a post. I love having the freedom to be able to go on spontaneous lunch dates, blah, 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 blah. So that's just sharing. Like, I'm not selling anything there. I'm just sharing the lifestyle. Occasionally you guys might see me throw in there, like at the end of it, PS, if you want to learn how to do this too, send me an email at getfitjess@yahoo.com. I try to do that like once a week or so. I got less consistent with it when I was traveling, but that's a really good way. Like I've gotten way more people interested with what I do or challenge groups or whatever with putting that at the end of my sharing posts than anything else I've ever posted before. Because people, like I said, they don't relate to products, they don't relate to flyers, they relate to you and your story. So just to wrap it up real quick, I know I talked about a lot of stuff, but now we're going to put it all into action so that it'll all make sense. So I want you guys to do 3 things for me. This is all ways to implement what we talked about tonight. The first thing I want you guys to do is I want you guys to create a recurring, I think I said that word right, appointment on your calendar on your iPhone. If you don't have an iPhone, I don't know what other smartphones do, but I'm pretty sure most smartphones would have a calendar app. But create a recurring appointment to set your intentions every day before you work, or just add it to your daily checklist. I literally forget everything, you guys, if I don't put it in my calendar. I have to put it in my calendar or put it in my daily checklist and be consistent at it until it becomes a habit. So I highly recommend you guys doing that too. The second thing I want you to do is I want you to create another recurring appointment in your iPhone calendar. If you guys don't know how to do this, hang on. You literally just pull up the calendar app. I don't know how to use technology really at all, believe it or not. The calendar app looks like this. I don't know if you guys can see that, probably not. You just pull it up and there's a little plus symbol at the top. You guys probably can't see that either. Oh, someone just texted me, it popped up. But you just add the plus symbol and then there's a title. You can add in the day, the time, repeat, weekly, daily, however often, alert, so it can remind you however long before you want it to remind you. I have to do that with everything, you guys. I have to do that to remind myself to post. So you're going to first create a recurring appointment to set your intentions and then create one to post daily, sharing one of the 4 areas we talked about tonight, which were your workout, Shakeology, freedom and income, or mental health. And I also, if you guys want to, share that with your sponsor and or in the team page. Okay, we're about to run out of time. So if you guys have questions for me, post them in the team page after we get off of here because it's going to cut me off in a minute. The third thing I want you guys to do is I want you guys to write out your top 3 benefits from the categories that we discussed. Again, those are 1, your workouts, 2, Shakeology, 3, freedom and income, and 4, mental health. And I want you to practice them, okay? I want you to practice them with everyone, your sponsor, your cat, your dog, your husband, your 2-year-old, your couch, your pillow, your blanket, whoever, because the more you practice it, it's going to make it natural and it's going to flow in conversation. So real quick, closing inspiration. This is a quote from Brian Tracy. Successful people are always looking for ways to help others. Unsuccessful people are always asking what's in it for me. I just really liked that. Also, you guys, we are going to do a drawing for a prize, and my assistant will be sending all of those out for all of you that have won them in the last 2 months because my iTunes account was locked out. So in the team page, I'm going to do a post, and you guys will all pick a number between 1 and 200, and then I'll do a random number generator to pick a winner. So I'm going to say bye to you guys before it hangs up, and I love you all, and I'll see you in the team page. Bye.